Lions. The Birmingham Stallions are now your number one team. They're up from 3 last week. They are the undefeated team. If they go 4-0 and Pittsburgh Maulers go 0-4, I think it would be a fantastic thing for the league to have Birmingham Stallions go undefeated for the season. They have a great linebacking core and Scooby Wright and good offensive play. Well, we'll see about Jamar Smith, what his deal is, but they're winning and they are undefeated. So big wins over the New Orleans Breakers, which I thought was going to be a different type of game. Jamar Smith didn't have the best day, but he did enough to help his team win, ending the game having 15 of 38, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and ran the ball 8 times for 50 yards, 59 yards. Running back CJ Marvell, subpar on the ground, 16 carries, 30 for. I mean, remember, New Orleans Breakers has got a great defense. This is the reason why I think Breakers quarterback Kyle Slaughter is hurt. And he has not been able to run as much as he used to. So I think that's kind of playing a factor in the Breakers' play, is that he's not 100%. So we will see if how the Birmingham Stallions will do here on out. But the New Orleans Breakers, they're at number 2. No question about that, down from 1. They lost. Slaughter is the same thing. He had decent numbers, but took a step back. I think it's because he's got some type of groin injury. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully he gets better. Number 3, yes, my Tampa Bay Bandits move up from 4 to 3. They're at 3, looked a lot better this week than last week, but I think it looks like that the Birmingham Stallions and New Orleans Breakers are the class that they're the kind of tier A. Bandits are in that tier B. They looked a lot better. It was a close game. Close game, came down to the end, but they got the victory. Houston Gamblers, I think, are definitely a good team. They have the best running back in the league, in my opinion. They move up from last week from 5 to 4. They are looking better there. Even Clayton Thorson, who some people thought would be terrible, he's doing pretty well. 15 of 24, 240 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Mark Thompson continues to highlight the Houston's offense. 24 carries, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown. Good wide receivers, I think, with Reggie Northbrook. Will Likely is a great one. Defensive end Chris Odom. They have a bunch of good players on the defensive side. So I think the Gamblers are that kind of second-tier teams in the USFL. Jersey Generals, they were down all the way from 7. They moved up to 5. Luis Perez and DeAndre Johnson kind of going that back and forth kind of thing, the 2 quarterback system. Not sure I'm loving that. We'll see how that goes for their season there. Number 6, Philadelphia Stars, all the way down. They were at 3, went all the way down to 6. We thought that they would maybe be that tier 1 team, but they look like they should be a tier 2 team. Like Brian Scott gets hurt, suffered a knee injury in the first half. Case Cookus took over the entire second half. He played well in relief of Scott, but couldn't get the job done when the game was on the line. Scott was 9 of 13, 84 yards and a touchdown. Cookus was 13 of 20, 140 and a touchdown. Struggles in the run game continue for Philly, with Paul Terry taking only 6 carries for 17 yards as their leading rusher. So that's kind of where they're at. Michigan Panthers get off the snide. They got their first win. Still, like Paxton Lynch got his first start, came out there, but then suffered an ankle injury, took him out early. Shea Patterson played the majority of the game. Before he was out, Lynch was 3 of 8, 23 yards, run the ball twice for 21 and a touchdown. In relief, Patterson was 8 of 17 and 49 yards. Running back Reggie Corbin, Steve Scott led the grounding attack for the Panthers. Corbin, 20 carries, 133 yards. Scott, 13 times, 54 yards. So rushing really helped them. 24-0. They took care of business. And, of course, the bottom of the list that should most likely stay here for the rest of the season, Pittsburgh Mauler is getting shut out by the Michigan Panthers. It's not like they got shut out by a tier 1 team. They got a shut out by a lower tier team that's ranked 7th. Kirby Wilson's lack of play calling experience was exposed once again, with no sign of any promise shown in last week's matchup. The quarterbacks saw some action against the Panthers, but neither had much success. Josh Love ended the game 10 of 19, 83 yards. Kyle Laletta, their number 1 guy, 9 of 12, 42 yards, also run the ball for 7 yards. Mondre London, Garrett Grosnick led the ground attack, but neither could find the end zone. London ended with 10 rushes for 68, 4 catches, while Grosick 10 carries for 28 yards. We will see. So there's your rankings for this week, my friends, and this helps you in the betting. Stallions at number 1. New Orleans Breakers at number 2. Tampa Bay Bandits, my team, number 3. Number 4, Houston Gamblers. Number 5, New Jersey Generals. They could maybe move up. Stars at 6. Hopefully we'll see more about Brian Scott's knee injury going on during the week. Michigan Panthers at 7. And then at the bottom of the pit, Pittsburgh Maulers. They're at number 8. Maybe they could stay there the whole season. What do you think? Leave us a comment on what you think the power rankings are for this week.